Good morning, grass fans. Today we're making hay. Good afternoon, sheep fans. Something, I know, wait, I've got it this time, I know what I'm saying. Good afternoon, grass fans. Here we are, we're at the grass. So I had about 65 acres of grass that had been nothing on it since around May time, May, June. This is one of the fields. This is the field we had ewes and lambs in earlier on. We were in feeding them here, and I shut this off because one of the big issues with having sheep is that you need a lot of grass in the winter because you're wintering your sheep outside, but in the summer the sheep can't really keep up with the grass. That's where systems with guys who work with cattle and sheep, they have a great system because the cows can go in the sheds in the winter, leaving plenty of grass for the sheep, but then in the summer when the cattle go outside, they help the sheep keep on top of the grass where all the extra growth is, obviously through the summer. Added to that, the boys with the cattle, they'll shut fields off like this for silage, and the system works really well. My problem is I don't have any cattle, I don't have anywhere to store bales. Really, I won't be beat, but realistically I've nowhere to store bales because any bales I make here at this ground, the nearest place for me to store these is probably 10 miles away. So I've then got additional haulage costs that someone who had their own unit at home, they're only going to run them into the steading, they're not going to have those costs. So it becomes a case of really just a hassle for me having this extra grass in the summer, but I need it all in the winter. So what we're doing here is the boys from Strathdoon farming, Davy Cooper, gave me a shout, asked him if he'd cut this, and also another 30 acres I have at another village along the road. They've cut this today, boys have blitzed it. It has been baking hot today for Scotland, round about 27, 28 degrees. I'm not sure I believe that, we'll call it 25. Warm for a Scotsman. And I can actually see here just looking at the grass, I've got my flip-flops on. You won't ever have seen me in flip-flops. Let's just talk about that for a second. That's my feet, and that's my wee white legs. This is me in shorts as well. So I'm just out for a run. I was at the office job today, and I'm just out for a run round to check my grass and check my ewes. So I thought it's a nice night. It's been good, you know, a shearer's feet get some abuse as well in those wee leather moccasins all summer. I thought, nice to get them out, the toes out, let's see a wee bit of sun, a wee bit of fresh air. So anyway, back to the grass. You can see here actually that this grass, it's only been cut, I think it was here about lunchtime. It's only been cut for a few hours, say 4 hours. And you'll see on the top here, it's already getting a wee bit kind of wilted from the sun, as you'd expect on such a warm day, because if you lift it up and get a look underneath, you'll see the difference there in the moist stuff underneath that's not seen the sun. So that just shows you how quickly this is wilted already. So my plan is, we're looking at 5 days of good weather. There's a bus going by here, I just look like an absolute 5 days of good weather. I'm on my knees praying to the gods. 5 days of good weather in Scotland in August is unheard of. Even midst of summer, it's unheard of. So I'm hoping I'm going to make some hay, because hay will be easier to shift this year because it's been such a wet summer. Not so many boys have made hay. So if I get some hay made, hopefully I'll get it sold off the field. I'll start putting the feelers out just now, see if I can get someone to take it. I actually know nothing about grass, really, and grass management. All I know is sheep, and even then it's like sketchy. So let's see how it goes. So I was going to try and explain a little bit about the process of making hay and how it is different from silage, but I thought this would be a good opportunity to get my friend Wallace from Rural 2 Kitchen to do a bit for the vlog, and I'll put a link to his Facebook page below here. He's very good at explaining these things. He's been to college and he knows a lot about food production.
Good morning, sheep fans. So thank you for that lovely introduction there, Cameron. I'm normally based in Arran, but moved away a couple of days ago, so here on Ayr Beach with a view over God's Island. But here to talk about hay. So when you've got grass, you've got 5 options really that you can do. You can graze it, as you sheep fans will know. You can zero graze it, which is basically cutting it and just putting it into a shed for the animals there. And then there's sort of 3 preservation options. There's silage, there's haylage, which is a mix of hay and silage, and then there's hay, which we'll go over today. Hay has 4 main processes. So first of all, you cut the grass, and then you want to leave it for about a day, even if you cut in the morning and leave till the evening. If you get a really nice day like we have here today, or maybe if it's not quite as warm, you want to leave it till the next morning. Then you do what's known as tedding, which is a machine with loads of wee spinners that basically fluff up the hay. So the bit that's been facing the sun so far is nice and warm and dry, and then now once it's flipped over, the other side gets that, because if it's not dry, your product in the end's going to spoil. So after you've done all the tedding, your crop's dried up to the point from the sun, you then want to put it into what's known as windrows, basically another wee circle machine which comes along and it rakes it into a nice line, which is 1, good for picking up for the next machine, and 2, it allows the wind to get about it, hence windrows. So once that's been done, you've left it there for, I know it's again, some people would say an hour or so, some people might want to leave it for a day. You know, the longer you can keep it in the sun and the wind, the better, really. So once it's dried out and you're ready to collect that hay, you come along with a baler. The baler just picks up, you either get a square baler, or you can get a round baler or a hasten baler, really, whatever you're after. Picks that up, puts it into whatever shape you're after, and then you have your hay. So that's about all in hay, so thank you very much for letting me be part of this, and we'll see you sometime soon.
boys from Strathdoon are back. They're now rowing up the hay, thanks to Wallace for his good description of what hay actually is and how it's made. The stuff looks fantastic. We've probably had the best 4 days of the summer, and well, 5 days maybe, 4 days, best 4 days of the summer. It's been kicked out once or twice a day, every day. It's been well baked, it's produced this stuff which, although I'm biased, I have to say, I'm doing this so that the microphone's maybe not getting so much wind. Although I'm biased, it looks like fantastic stuff. I'll just show you this just now. Better just put that back in after the boys. So you see how big it sits there in the rows. The baler will be coming just within the next wee while, I suppose, to bale this up. I think there's actually 2 balers coming. You'll see that in a second, I'm sure, in the footage. It should be easy sold because there isn't so much hay being made this year due to the wet summer we've had. Although it does seem like everyone's made hay these last 4 days, so that maybe that will be a different story now. I don't actually know who's in the rowing up machine here, so I'm going to jump in and we'll have a wee chat. So the mysterious driver, Craig Meikle. So I know nothing about these things, and I was just asking him, I'll just show you this just here. It's an absolute monster of a thing. I mean, you're saying how far wide does this go out?
It's out to 12.5 metres.
12.5 metres, and what are you working at just now?
8.5.
8.5, and what's the reason for that?
Just to make it better for the baler, better swap for the baler. If you're working with a chopper, you can have it out at 12.5.
Yeah.
But just for the baler, so it's easier to intake, make a better bale.
More so because it's hay, is what I take it, you want it.
You want it as good a bale as you can get. So
because you quite often see boys with like a wee hay bob.
Aye, exactly, or even a twin rotor rake. But
yeah.
We've just got this 4 rotor, so we just work out with that. It comes right in. Not a lot of them come right into that.
Yeah.
That narrow, but no, this one's quite good.
And obviously the balers are absolutely massive anyway.
Aye.
Is Fendt a good brand? I don't know much about it. I see you're not wearing a Fendt. I thought you had to wear a boiler suit to match the tractor you're in. Is that not what you tractor boys do, though?
No, I got this one for free actually. So
I thought they all came for free, surely, when you're...
No,
everybody says they're going it for free, but somebody had to buy a £100 tractor.
A couple of Crone ones, but maybe a bit more than a couple £100 to get that one.
So this year, we're in a... I'm just going to read this from the front here. We're in a Fendt 516 Vario. What does that mean?
Vario is transmission. The 516 is a series and it's 160 horse.
So it'll be like 5 series, 160 horse?
Yeah.
And obviously so, Fendt, is that quite a good brand?
That's the brand. Probably the best tractor on the market at the moment, I would say, in my opinion.
Better than John Deere? That's the only other ones
I used to drive a John Deere and I would say it's a far better tractor.
Aye. So
far comfier.
Aye, better to say you're sitting in the whole day, obviously.
Better for the operator as well, I think. So
you're obviously working this thing here, I don't know, is this working the gears as well?
I just work that, you knock it, pull it back to slow down and knock it forward to speed up, and I've got the rake on the Isar bus, that all works off your buttons there.
Right.
So you can lift that's my left front rotor, and that's my front right, and then my back two are on the ends here.
Each side here works individually and then that works?
Aye.
Right, okay. Obviously you need to use your feet for a lot in this.
No, at all. So I've got my revs set on the max, and away you go. So
just put the revs up high to work the machine, but obviously it keeps it low geared so it moves slowly. What speed are you doing just now?
9k, so it's going uphill, it's taking a fair bit of pulling, but...
Yeah, I mean it's obviously an absolute unit of a rower. You've got a row at a rake?
Aye, it's called a rake, so now you can usually get 13-14k out of this rake, like, just depends on your crop.
Especially if you're a nice long cut, these dairy boys that like 3 or 4 cuts, you'll be able to horse one through it.
It's good stuff, and this is nice and dry as well, so it'll make good hay.
Not a lot of weight on it. The boys, the Strathdoon boys, actually did a video bit with like Farm Flicks, I think it was last year, and obviously it's a lot more professional. And you've got your other guys like Grassmen and stuff, they'll sit there. I feel like a bit like Donkey here now, like sitting trying to talk about tractors, but the difference is he knows everything he's talking about, whereas I know nothing about tractors, so I'm letting Craig doing all the explanation, which is actually quite good as well, because I'm learning a bit. Hopefully you're learning a bit, although probably most guys that are now watching this video will be big tractor guys. New audience coming in, make sure and subscribe and you might learn a bit about sheep. If you are sort of Grassmen, not Grassmen fans, but you might be, but if you know your grass and stuff like that, let me know in the comments what you think of the hay. Obviously I'm not clued up at all on this, but I mean it looks nice to me. I know you can't really tell on the camera. Guys go like this, they go, oh that's good hay. It smells like good hay to me. Ah, love the smell of hay in the evening. So yeah, it looks good to me. I'd be very happy to feed that to my sheep. I'd imagine the idea is this, I've sold this off the field, so hopefully I imagine it'll be going to feed horses mainly, and I'll keep a few bales for myself. Is sort of the agreement we've got. It's quite good. It suits me because I've nowhere really to store hay, albeit hay is apparently easier to sell this year. If I wrapped it, it would be easy to store. I could store it anywhere really, but having it unwrapped, you really need sheds to have it stored in, which, although I wouldn't be beat, you then got to haul it to the sheds. You've then got to go every time someone wants to buy some and haul it out for them and load them up. It's just hassle that I don't have time for. So it's sold off the field at a price per bale, which works well for me and works well for the man buying. So I'm very happy. So here. It's even more space in here. Living the dream. Look at this. It's quite nice. Do you get the biggest one because you're the boss?
No, Ashley's in the bigger tractor. Ashley's actually in Craig's tractor. Craig
did say he usually has a big tractor, but you shoved him out because Ashley was here.
Aye, well Ashley, just what Ashley was doing earlier today, it just suited the bigger tractor.
Aye, it's no easy.
He's in the huff now, like.
Keeping it alright. So now Craig did a really good interview actually.
Oh,
he actually did a wee bit for the camera, he was good, he spoke quite well.
He was telling me about it.
Ah, does he told you already? He was telling me, so this is a, I'll show this one. A Fendt 718 Vario.
718, yeah.
So now I've got this, so now don't tell me. This is a 7 Series.
7 Series.
180 horsepower.
180 horsepower, yeah.
Vario transmission.
Yeah, all Fendts are Varios, they don't do any other transmission.
Right, okay.
So it's fully, no gears, no nothing. It's basically a hydraulic pump that's in the mix.
And that's what was
That's
the gears?
how they go. Right, well there's no gears, it's fully hydraulic, there's no gears in it. So
right, now your brain can't quite grasp it.
Well it's no rained.
Wait, there was a wee skiff this morning when I went out about 6 o'clock.
Aye, no there was,
but it was nothing like just a skiff, we were lucky.
Aye.
So what kind of balers is this you're using?
It's Fendt Montana, so it's basically a welder baler but painted in Fendt colours and cobalt over Lely Welger is who it used to be, so
is that a good baler?
Aye, we think it makes a good bale.
Ah, they look good coming out of it, certainly. No, definitely. But how many is it baling quite heavy and stuff, or I don't know what kind of things you say?
Just keep the bales with hay. You don't want them too tight. If it was 100% hay, bone dry, then I would even be feared to put the density in the baler up, but just leave it that wee bit looser, let air get in about it, and just if it does heat a wee bit. That's Craig's tractor there. Craig spends all his money putting lights and
is that what those green lights are?
Aye, that's nothing to do with Fendt,
Hey, the lassies love it. Green lights on your wing mirrors. What are we thinking here, Ash, about Shrang? Talk to me.
It's all good.
Is it? What are we looking at? Just how great it is?
Aye, just about. Aye. Some of the nice stuff anyway.
Aye, good. I think it looks good. I don't know. I was saying on the vlog there, I don't know much about hay, but I think it looks quite good.
Aye. Oh, it's some of the nicest hay I've done this year anyway.
Aye. You say all the right things. Aye. You say some of the right things, I tell you.
Oh, definitely.
That's the end of this one, guys. Lots of fun with the drone, lots of fun speaking to the boys, learned something new about Fendts and about baling and the grass game, as they call it. This stuff's been really good. I'm really happy with the stuff we've produced here. Really, that's absolutely nothing to do with me, it's more to do with David and organising this whole thing and being onto it, getting it kicked out and getting it baled before the heavy rains come tomorrow. So we're done. It's windy. I had to go back to my old microphone because I broke the other one. Hopefully it's recording me okay and not too jumpy. I'm going to go and get my dinner now. It's like 9:30 at night or something, or 9:15 at night. The boys I'm sure are going to be working on for a while yet. They've got another field to go and bale after this. So it's been a bit of fun. As always, thanks for watching guys. Leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and click that subscribe button. It's free to do, and it's great for me. Cheers.